Resident Evil 9 just got announced, and I'm sure you thought you understood every single thing that you saw in the trailer, but in this video, I'm going to tell you all the things that you missed. First, we're going to be covering the Ashcroft connections. So, who exactly is Grace Ashcroft? Our new protagonist? She's not just some random FBI analysis thrown into the meat grinder. No, she's the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft. Yes, that Alyssa Ashcroft from Resident Evil Outbreak. This is huge, people. Capcom just made Outbreak officially canon in the mainline series. For the newbies watching, Alyssa was a journalist with an attitude who survived the original Raccoon City incident. She was basically the nosy reporter that could pick locks and had zero chill. But here's where it gets creepy. Remember that random newspaper article in Resident Evil 7 about the Baker family disappearance? The byline was Alyssa Ashcroft. At the time, we thought it was just a neat Easter egg. Nope. Capcom was planting seeds for Requiem years ago. The article literally has more on the way printed on it. Talk about hiding in plain sight. According to the trailer, Alyssa was murdered at the Remwood Hotel while investigating something, and now Grace is being sent to the exact same hotel by her FBI boss to investigate mysterious deaths. What kind of FBI procedure is that? Hey, go check out the place where your mom was brutally murdered and have fun. That's not suspicious at all. The Remwood Hotel is giving serious Spencer Mansion vibes, a contained horror environment designed to test subjects. We see Grace strapped to a table with medical tubes in her arms, and whatever that killed Alyssa is still there, waiting for Grace. And I'm betting it's not your standard zombie outbreak. If you're already feeling that Resident Evil dread, you should, I don't know, smash that like button or something. That'd be cool. It'll help fellow horror fans find this breakdown. But wait, the Requiem trailer showed someone experimenting on Grace, the same person who killed her mother? Let's dig into who's really pulling the strings in this nightmare. Who's the real villain? Ever heard of Brandon Bailey? Probably not, because he's deep cut in Resident Evil lore. He was an Umbrella researcher who worked alongside founders Spencer and Marcus. But after Raccoon City, he went rogue and created an organization called The Connections. Ooh. These are the same shady dudes who created Evelyn in Resident Evil 7 and the ones who created the mold. They're basically Umbrella 2.0, but operating in the criminal underworld instead of pretending to be a pharmaceutical company. Here's the kicker. Alyssa Ashcroft wrote the newspaper article about the Baker family in 2016. The Bakers were test subjects for the connection. She was investigating them, got too close to the truth, and wound up dead at the Remwood Hotel around 2018. Coincidence? Not in Resident Evil. Now look at Grace's FBI boss in the trailer. He's deliberately sending her to her mother's murder scene. That's beyond unethical. It has to be a setup. The connections have infiltrated the FBI in some sort of way, and Grace is walking straight into their trap. That hooded figure we see for a split second, that's likely Brandon Bailey himself. He'd be in his 70s by now, but with the biological enhancements that these people can give themselves, they're probably living gods right now. I mean, look at Albert Wesker. What is he doing? We're looking at a villain who's been pulling strings since before the first game even started. So, to recap real quick, the Connections killed Alyssa to cover up their experiments, and now they want Grace. This isn't just about the Connections, though. The trailer showed the RPD still standing in Raccoon City. How is that possible? And why would Capcom bring us back here unless there was something horrifying hiding inside? Let's talk about the bombed out Raccoon City shown in the trailer. Some fans are crying retcon because they remember Raccoon City being completely obliterated, but here's the thing. The government likely used thermobaric weapons, not nukes. These created a massive pressure wave and fireball, but they didn't vaporize an entire city. The partial RPD building still standing, that's not just nostalgia bait. It's a clue. The ruins of Raccoon City have become a black market gold mine. Think about it. Abandoned bioweapon research, mutated specimens that survived, and zero government oversight because everyone thinks the area is completely destroyed. It's the perfect place for the Connections to complete their work. The witchy gothic horror vibe Capcom is teasing isn't just an aesthetic choice. It's likely a new evolution from the mold in Resident Evil 7 and Village. Remember how the mold could link consciousness and store memories? That explains those weird flashback sequences in the trailer that look like they're seeing through something's eyes. And that massive creature glimpse in the trailer? Some people think it's Lisa Trevor back from the dead. More likely, it's Alyssa herself, mutated by whatever experiments the Connections were conducting. Imagine Grace having to face what's left of her own mother. That's some like Silent Hill stuff, dude. That's psychological horror at its finest. And the crater in Raccoon City isn't just a hole in the ground. It's a festering wound where the Connections have been cultivating new horrors for decades, right under everyone's nose. And then there's the theory that it's Leon's last ride. You probably noticed Leon wasn't front and center in the trailer, but according to reliable leaks, he's definitely in Requiem, and this is being positioned as the conclusion of his trilogy after RE2 and 4. Forget about 6, it doesn't count. The evidence is pretty convincing. Nick I'm sorry, I just butchered your name and you're the voice actor for Leon, my bad. Nick has a AAA video game NDA listed on his resume. Insider Dusk Gollum, who's been right about RE leaks before, claims Leon is in the trailer, but Capcom is saving his full reveal for later. Here's my theory. Leon isn't coming to rescue Grace. He's on his own mission to take down the Connections once and for all. The government knows they're operating in Raccoon City ruins, and Leon's the perfect agent to send in. But what he doesn't know is that Grace is being used for bait. Those flashback sequences with the blue filter, those aren't normal memories. That's mold-like technology, allowing people to see through others' eyes, possibly even across time. What if the Connections have found a way to tap into Raccoon City's past through these mutations? Leon might have to literally face his own history. Imagine having to going up against Mr. X again. You got lucky the first time with Ada throwing down that rocket launcher. Requiem means a remembrance of the dead. This isn't just Grace remembering her mother. It's Leon confronting his demons from Raccoon City one last time. And conclusion of his trilogy has ominous implications. Heroes don't tend to have happy endings in Resident Evil. The torch will likely pass to Grace, but at what cost? The first thing I thought while watching this trailer was like, oh my gosh, they're bringing Rose back. But then they announced it's Alyssa, but you know, whatever. And then within the trailer, you can hear voices in the back. I could have sworn I heard Jill talking at one point, and then I can almost 100% guarantee that I heard Chris talking. I'm gonna play it. Tell me this isn't Chris.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
And that's just a few more headcanons I have myself. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you like this one, you're definitely gonna like this one on screen right now.